Well, folks, Nikki Haley did it. She kissed the ring. I don't think anyone is really surprised. She got in line just like every one of these other MAGA politicians who has attempted to run against Trump. He drags their name through the mud. He mocks them. He mocks their family. He ridicules everything about them. And then they circle back, they get in line, and they kiss the ring. It's pretty disgusting considering Nikki Haley has been saying for so long how that she doesn't need Trump's support. She's not afraid of his retribution. She will stand her ground when it comes to him. But now she says come November, she's going to vote for him. And check out her reasons why.
As a voter, I put my priorities on a president who's going to have the backs of our allies and hold our enemies to account, who would secure the border, no more excuses, a president who would support capitalism and freedom, a president who understands we need less debt, not more debt. Trump has not been perfect on these policies. I've made that clear many, many times. But Biden has been a catastrophe. So I will be voting for Trump. Having said that, I stand by what I said in my suspension speech. Trump would be smart to reach out to the millions of people who voted for me and continue to support me, and not assume that they're just going to be with him. And I genuinely hope he does that.
So she wants a president who backs our allies and holds our enemies to account. Really? Well, Joe Biden is backing our ally in Ukraine, and Donald Trump is out here praising dictators. She says she wants a president who will secure the border, no more excuses. Well, they've been making excuses this entire time as to why not to fix the border, and the main one is so Donald Trump can run on it. She says she wants a president who supports capitalism and freedom. Donald Trump stood in the way of the peaceful transfer of power and still refuses to accept the election results. She says she wants less debt, not more debt. Donald Trump added $8 trillion to the national debt. So it's pretty disgusting to see her come out and kiss the ring and then say all those lines of bullshit. And what's even more disgusting is when you go back and listen to everything she said leading up to this moment, how that she did not need to support Trump. She was not afraid of him. Listen to this clip and then think about what you just heard.
Look, I get it. In politics, the herd mentality is enormously strong. A lot of Republican politicians have surrendered to it. The pressure on them was way too much. They didn't want to be left out of the club. Of course, many of the same politicians who now publicly embrace Trump privately dread him. They know what a disaster he's been and will continue to be for our party. They're just too afraid to say it out loud. Well, I'm not afraid to say the hard truths out loud. I feel no need to kiss the ring. I have no fear of Trump's retribution. I'm not looking for anything from him. My own political future is of zero concern.
See, that right there is why so many people are losing faith in politicians, is because we see them go out there and take these stands and swear that they will never change, and then they change. And sometimes they'll do it in the same segment during an interview. It's a pretty crazy thing to watch. And we watched Donald Trump just drag Nikki through the mud the entire time. We watched him troll her husband. Do you guys remember this?
Where's her husband? Oh, he's away. He's away. What happened to her husband? What happened to her husband? Where is he? He's gone. He knew.
And when Nikki heard that at the time, she got so upset, she had this to say.
But if you mock the service of a combat veteran, you don't deserve a driver's license, let alone being president of the United States.
You know, folks, I don't know how these people do it. I know a lot of people say, well, it's for the money, and I'm sure money does talk. But man, how do they sell out their character time and time again? They go out here, they let Donald Trump just absolutely drag them, and they know he's going to. And they stand up and they try to act tough and be tough and go against him. They know every step of the way that he's going to drag them and their family through the mud. And then they circle back and they just kiss the ring. They just bow down every single time. And like I said earlier, it causes people to lose faith in politicians. It causes people to lose faith in our system, because if these people can't stand for anything, what good are they? You know, I would have had much more respect for Nikki Haley if she would have just stuck it out to the end, because when Donald Trump gets defeated in November, she could have stood up and said, hey, I tried to tell you guys, I tried to warn you. But now we're all just going to look back and remember her for the coward that she truly was. When it came right down to it, she didn't back up anything she said. She was a typical Republican coward, just like all of them. We saw DeSantis do it. We saw so many of them do it. They go out there, they talk a big game, they talk tough. They talk about how that Donald Trump has destroyed their party. And you can go back and find clips of them saying it back before 2016. Hey, don't let this guy near our party. He's going to destroy it. It's going to be the end of us if we allow him in. And you can go back and show them those clips to their faces, and they will sit there and they will squirm and they will try to weasel out of it. That's where we're at in American politics, and it's so disgusting. But the fact that she would say, oh, I'm going to vote for Donald Trump, it tells you that everything Donald Trump did was not a deal breaker for her. And that pretty much says everything you need to know about Nikki Haley.